Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we are going to get right into our next run, which will be Splatter Master, being run by Galasrinie. Take it away, my friend. Have a good one.
Hello, I'm Galasrinie. I'm going to be running Splatter Master. We're gonna be doing 80% normal, so I'm the normal difficulty. So we're gonna start as soon as I hit new game, which will be in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, this is Splatter Master. Splatter Master is a side-scrolling beat-em-up that came out on the PlayStation 2. It's kind of a, cute and creepy side-scrolling beat-em-up. It was released in 2004 as a part of the Simple 2000 series, which was a series of low-budget Japanese games that, came out on the PS2. So the main way that we're going to be doing damage to enemies is through punches and kicks, as is the style for beat-em-ups, but we also have access to a chainsaw, like that, which is going to be a very powerful thing to use along the course of the run. In the top left-hand corner, there's our character's life as well as gas. The gas is for the chainsaw, and making resource management of when to use the chainsaw is really important. If you hit multiple enemies with the chainsaw, you get extra currency, extra gold, which is also going to be important because there is a shop to buy items to help our run be faster. So yeah, each fight there's a frame, there's like a scene, and then there's enemies that spawn in, so you have to defeat the required enemies before you can progress to the next part. Yep. But some enemies aren't required, like these frogs that are sitting here aren't actually a required enemy type. Usually if they're already sitting there before you enter, they're not a requirement. So this is our first kind of like mini boss. It's a tractor, which is getting controlled by a little fuel guy. I think they're fuel. They look like fuel, so I call them fuel. Or gas if you're American. So we're gonna have quite a few enemies here. There is gas in a cardboard box, a wooden box, sorry, in the back. Wooden boxes often have drops like that are always the same, so make sure to get the ones that have the gas in it. Here. Also, having knowledge of where the enemies are going to be coming in is really important. There's also these birds here. They can be rather annoying because they charge at you, but yeah, like that. There's also a bigger version of them, and they can do that. For the enemies that require like a lot more hits, it's good to use the chainsaw on them. So our first boss, like actual boss, stage boss, is this crow, and you can stun him with the 3-hit combination attack. So that's what we're going to try and do. There are also enemies that spawn in as well that try to harass you during this fight. But yeah, we make use of him. Also, bosses have different death animations depending on how you kill them. If you kill them with punches and kicks, they have a different animation compared to if you slice them with a chainsaw like that. So that's just a cool little thing that they do. Now we're in the Ghost Street. There's gonna be quite a few enemies that spawn in here. Yeah, when you hit multiple enemies with the chainsaw, you get more currency and you get that little scream. That's the shopkeeper. We're going to be seeing her a bit later. You can actually get run over by her, so it's kind of funny with that part of the game. I think there was one enemy that went off screen, which is not very good because it's probably going to prevent some enemies from spawning in. We want them to spawn in as fast as possible so we can just get rid of them. These enemies that are in the red can, they're usually not a required enemy to defeat, but so in the game, depending on how many enemies are on screen, limits how many enemies are going to spawn in. So by defeating them, it allows the required enemies to spawn in faster, so that's good. get to meet the shopkeeper for the first time. Yay. Thankfully, she didn't run us over. So we're gonna buy quite a few things. Whatever we have enough money for. Buy some more gas and life upgrades. Because there's quite a few parts in the normal run where you tank a bit. So it's good to actually take damage to make things faster. Beat all those enemies by jumping up to them. Just get rid of these guys and we can progress forward. Very good. Now this boss coming up, the Candy Burgers boss, she is probably the meanest boss in the game in terms of her randomness, because we want her to throw these burgers at us so we can do damage to her, but sometimes she doesn't throw them very fast. She want to do like other moves like bring these guys in the arena, or she also has a laser that she can do, but we really just want her to throw those burgers so that we can defeat her first. It's really up to her what she decides to do, so we'll see how she's feeling. Yep, she just keeps showing us her customers. I also use the chainsaw for hitting the burgers back, because the chainsaw has quite a wide range, so I'm very most likely to hit a burger. Yeah, this laser is not good at all. So I had a run where she just kept doing it over and over and you couldn't do anything. Thankfully she was pretty good for the marathon, so that's really good. Yay. Yeah, when she's defeated, her head pops off and she... That's the end of stage 2. We get to see the shopkeeper now after each stage. We'll just buy whatever we can until we get full gas upgrade and full life upgrade. So yeah, getting more flames is good because you get more currency. You do get a slowdown, so like once you have enough currency you don't really want to do that, but it's very good to make sure you have enough currency because there's some items late game that you want to be buying. And you gotta make sure that you have enough. Otherwise the final level is a real hard thing to do. Because there's a lot of this thing can hurt us, so be careful. Use the chainsaw for multiple enemies. Very good. Now we get introduced to a new enemy type. So like little enemies, then they have a mask on. They take a lot more hits to defeat. So there's lights over there creating a wall, so we have to push these down to get rid of them so we can progress forward. But we still have some enemies to defeat. Just that one and then this one. So this press in this part is a lot faster and it's really easy to get stuck under. I try and use it to actually defeat the enemies. Sometimes I get caught in it as well. One of the things that makes this level a bit hard to manage. So I don't want to get squished, but I want the enemies to get squished at the same time. And this guy, he did not get hit by that. Hit by it. Okay, now we go forward. Now he's looking a little bit good. Get some more gas from there. Now these enemies, I call them the policemen. They're like a snail. Police snail. They're very funny. There's quite a few like creepy kind of horror-ish designs in this game, but they're funny and neat. These flying enemies, the bats, they can be a rather pain because they can get out of my range. So try and to double jump later, but you don't have enough for that yet. The steam can hurt the enemies as well here, so I try and push them into the steam. This will really hurt. I don't want to lose too much health here because I am wanting to tank a bit from the next boss, which is this gear. So what I do is I want to stay here and just bring out the punches where I can. There are some moves he can do that are not nice. This one is you just take damage and then you get up and keep going. I'm hoping he doesn't do one move where he brings out steam because that can really get here. There is another move he can do where he has a laser. We should be okay. And that's the end of that book. Cool. So the next level is going to be in a forest. These enemies that are they have springs. They're like the little oil guys, but they have springs on them. Just gonna keep going. We also get introduced to these little mushroom enemies. They're cute, but they're very deadly. They can stun lock you to infinite, so they can be really naughty. This guy I need to do as well. Okay. I have good fuel. That. I'm doing some of the flying ones as well. If I use chainsaw for the flying ones, it's really good if I'm able to do that. Okay. Defeated the required enemies. And there'll be a little mushroom coming from the left hand corner. Hopefully he comes down. Sometimes he just waits a little bit. But we're on a mission to go fast, so we hope that he comes down first. Get rid of that bat, and then there should be a spring. Also got a non-required enemy chasing after him. Yeah, this move where they beat the drum. That move is not nice. Also, all this poison mist does a lot of damage, so I gotta be careful. Thankfully, there's a lot of hearts before this boss. So this is a mushroom. Mushroom singer conductor. I have to jump over the poison mist because that poison mist, yeah, it can get you caught really bad. So I have to jump over it. The best move he can do is when he gets them to sing, because then I don't have to go away. I can just keep pulling out the punches. You have to be really careful of your health here because, yeah, the poison mist can do so much damage and it's really obnoxious. Once he loses those two singers, he starts doing this move, where he will try and hit you with his right mushroom arm, and then try and stab you with his conducting wand. But yeah, that's the end of stage 4. Very good. So we'll see what we can buy. I got quite a few. Yeah, so that's very good. Got full health and full gas for the chainsaw meter, so that's very good. Now we're in the Wild West. This has probably one of the creepiest bosses, even though they're rather funny. Yeah. So we have to wait for enemies enemies to come out of the ground, which is a bit annoying that I have to wait for them. Waiting in a speedrun. Now we have these birds. Chainsaw them all together. There are holes, like in the arena, that you can actually push enemies down. So then they just... yeah, so they fall down. You don't have to deal with them because the void takes them away from you. Yep, they go down into the void. These guys up as they're coming out of the train. Destination. Death. Now for these ones, there's going to be enemies coming out of each of the compartments. And we just chainsaw them. You get lots of currency too, so that's very good. 2 flies here. There's a crying baby right there. Now there's something that can happen here is, yeah, there's an enemy who gets stuck behind. But he still can come out, so that's good. It's always a bit scary when that happens because I'm scared they're not going to come back. Get all this currency, very good. I think there's chainsaw in here, so make sure I pick that up. The glass breaks and the glass on the floor will do damage to me if I walk on it, so we're going to try and just stay with it a little bit. There's a few birds, yep, they charge at me. Okay, that's alright. Flyers, that's the main thing. If you're able to hit them, that's good. Okay, so here's the boss. It's the train. It's like a ghastly worm. And it's so funny because the cutscene, like little entrance cutscene for the boss, he makes like an elephant roar. It's just funny, isn't it? It's cute and goofy and a little bit creepy too. So I like it. So he's down. Oh, good. So now we can buy double jump. Sometimes you can have enough money to buy it before this level, but I always try and make sure I have it for this level. So this is the Freeze Lake. It's like an ice themed level. Second last level of the game. Try and just toss the guys that spawning off the edge if I can. It's the fast way to kill them. I hate waiting when they come out of the floor. Let's give them a beat up. Beat them up. Beat them up. This guy coming out. Sorry?
Do we have a moment for a quick
donation? Yeah, sure, you can do a donation.
Fantastic, because we have 10 euros from Neil and Matt for Nerd X Life. They say, hey Gala, it's so awesome to see you at the marathon again. Good luck with the run. Gala Jack!
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that has gone towards the Visit Messi incentive for Splatter 3, our very next run. We are still 51 euros short, so people, if you want to see Messi, if you are a big fan of big mysterious creatures, then please do dig deep and give generously. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Just in time for the boss. So we're versing the moon. The moon came down. He controls the water as the moon does for the earth. So we're gonna try and headbutt him and just give him punches. Yeah, so when these waves happen, I try and just get in as much damage as I can while jumping. So I do a headbutt and then a punch at the bottom and then repeat. It's not very nice if he does waves all the time because I can't do a lot of damage to him. sometimes he can just fire, these like fireballs, and that's good because now this little gem that comes down you can get after you've completed the game once before, and it lets you get a good ending. So we'll get the good ending for this run. If you don't pick it up, you get the bad ending, so we'll get the good ending this time. So this is the final level, the Nightmare Castle. So the story of this game is there was a wizard that came and he started to turn inanimate objects to life, such as the scarecrow that we're playing with. And then the people went away because they were terrorizing the towns and everything. But our little scarecrow friend wants to help the humans and get rid of the big bad wizard that lives in this last level. We're gonna be seeing him a bit later. If you get the bad ending, our little scarecrow friend, he goes back to being just a normal scarecrow and he dies, which is very sad. For his heroic adventure, he just dies. Sad. But the good ending, which is what we're gonna get, since I picked up the little green crystal, I will get to show you. There are a lot of enemies in this last mission, which is why before this mission I make sure I have enough money for what is called a dummy. So if I lose all my health, I will regain all my health. Because there's so many enemies here, and if you want to tank damage, you need to. If you want to be more aggressive when playing this game, it's a good idea to have that. Or just break open these boxes because sometimes they can be fuel, and fuel is really powerful for the run, so we just have that. These little jumpy guys can be rather annoying because they're they don't take a lot of hits to get rid of those. Now for the final mission, we get introduced to a new enemy type, which is this. Now these guys can, release ghosts from their front. We really don't want to be hit by them, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. Just try and hit them. I try and hit them so that they turn, but it doesn't always happen like that. Those are the only two that you see in this game. They added them. Going. There's the wizard, he's sitting on his throne. He summons a few little dudes to try and get us before we have to face him. And we go forward, and now we're going to be versing him. So his fight is rather annoying, as you would expect, because he flies, and it can be a bit hard to reach him. So we really hope that at some point during this fight, he will come to the floor so that I can kick him, because kicks do a lot more damage than this headbutt. He can summon a crow without any real notice, because typically, like his drinking of the cup is what tells you he's doing a move, but there's no lead up to it, he just does it straight away. And that crow is really annoying. He also can't take damage when he does that. He has another move that he can do where he can ride on one of the gear boss that we saw earlier. He just rides along with that. But We won't let him get the opportunity to do that. Also, it's good to have the dummy because if you take damage from that, it's really not your fault because like you can't prepare for it. It just happens. Sometimes he can just teleport straight away when you hit him, or other times he'll stay for a little while. It's really good if he stays, because then I can hit him multiple times. It looked like he was going to come to the floor, but he didn't go to the floor. Don't like the crow. But yeah, the crow was the first boss of the game. So he kind of just summons the bosses that throughout the game. And the reason why I'm not using chainsaw on him is because there's actually a boss after him, which I'm saving that chainsaw for. Yeah, resource management, very important to make sure I have stuff for things that are upcoming. Almost there. I probably could have used chainsaw on him, but that's alright. He's almost there. Just a few more hits. Yay! Very good. Now we have this guy. So this guy is a little bit annoying. Once he hits a certain threshold of damage received, he will go into a phase where it's really hard to hit him. But you can hit him with the chainsaw during that phase. So that's why I want to keep chainsaw, because I can reach him that way. Now by staying near this, where I am right now, at the side of his mouth, he's doing really bad moves right now. You can actually hit him without him being able to swipe you with his arm. He's doing a lot of fireballs, which is not what you like to see. Show what, yeah, so this is kind of like a spot you can hit him when he tries and swipes you. But he's being a real prick. I cannot reach him. I can reach him with the kick. Yep, he does this. Ran out of chainsaw, but that's okay. I'll get to show you that he summons the moon. Yeah, you get to see like the previous bosses incorporated in the final fight. We're almost there. Probably should have kicked him a little bit more before using the chainsaw. Typically you want to use the chainsaw for stuff like this so you don't have to go through it. You just almost there. Yay! And time will be now. Sorry, I should have introduced that. But yeah, it's finished now. Yeah, very good. That was the final boss, the end. Very good. So instead of getting the bad ending, we're gonna get the good ending. Because we picked up the stone. We'll see what happens. He gets turned into a little boy. That's cute. So yeah, good ending. Yay. And then he runs off to be with the old couple of the farm that he lived at. Yeah, so that's the end of Splattermaster. I hope you enjoyed watching this game. The speedrunning scene for this game only started like a couple of months ago. Yeah, there's a few of us, and if you want to pick it up, you're most welcome to. It's pretty accessible to get into, especially the easy difficulty run. Like, that's really accessible to get into. If you want a short, cute, creepy game to get into, feel free to pick this up. Cool. Thanks for having me.
Yes, fantastic stuff indeed. Where can people find you if they wish to see more?
Yeah, so I'm Galasrinie. I'm on Twitch. I stream Yeah, I stream on my Twitch channel. I run action adventure, beat 'em up, that kind of stuff there, so you can come yeah.
Fantastic. Alright, well, before I let you go, I should say that we have €20 donation from Christo, who says, Gala gang, Gala gang, Gala gang.
Thanks, Krista.
Thank you indeed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because we will be back in just a few short moments with Contora playing Desperados 3 Any%. It should be a good time, so look forward.